Virginia Agriculture in the Classroom presents Thinker Thursday. Today, we're learning about soils on the farm. Thank you to our sponsor, Birdsong Peanuts. To learn more, go online to birdsongpeanuts.com.
Hello everybody, it's Miss Allison with Virginia Agriculture in the Classroom. This week on our channel, we're talking about farms. Farming is so important to our daily lives because it provides us with food, shelter, clothing, fuel, all kinds of things that we use every single day. Now, what comes to mind when you think about a farm? Is it the animals? The crops? Maybe it's the big red barn? Maybe it's the pond full of fish? Maybe it's the tractor in the field? Well, all of that is true. But probably the most important part of the farm is right under our feet. If you said soil, you're absolutely right. Soil is one of the most important natural resources that you'll find in nature and on the farm.
The soil has three primary levels. The first level is called topsoil. Sometimes this is called the organic layer. This is a mixture of mineral and organic matter, air, water, and living things. The next layer of soil is called the subsoil. This is where most of the soil's nutrients are found. Deep plant roots will also seek water in this level. Between the subsoil and our base layer bedrock, you will find a transition zone, which contains weathered rock material that we call parent rock. The last layer of the soil is called bedrock. Bedrock is actually solid rock. It formed before the soil above it and will remain until erosion or an earthquake exposes it to the surface. All of the soil layers are important for soil health, but topsoil is by far the most critical to growing healthy plants.
Farmers really want to protect that top layer of soil. They do this through a lot of different management practices that will help to keep the soil in place. When the soil washes away, whether it be because of wind or rain or overexposure, this is called erosion. And erosion is very bad for our fields because it takes away that topsoil. Today we'll be using some items from our kitchen to create a soil profile.
In a clear container, we will begin layering up our soil from the bottom to the top. Get creative here with the items that you already have in your pantry or refrigerator. For my bedrock, I'm using a granola bar. The granola bar is one solid piece, just like bedrock is a solid layer of rock. The next layer is the subsoil. For my subsoil, I am using these honey roasted peanuts. The subsoil does hold water and nutrients, but does not have much organic matter or oxygen. The top layer of our soil is the topsoil. My topsoil is this Honeycrisp cereal. It contains a lot of smaller particles like minerals, organic matter, worms, and other living things that help plants to grow strong and healthy. In this clip, you can clearly see my three layers of soil. Soil layers will vary greatly based on your geographic location, so it's okay if your soil profile does not look just like mine. But you know what? This actually looks pretty tasty.
No worries if you don't have what I had in my cabinet. You can easily recreate this activity with a lot of other things that you might find in your pantry or your refrigerator. One of my personal favorite substitutions for the topsoil is chocolate pudding with gummy worms. Before we close out today's lesson, I do want to go over some awesome book resources that you can check out. Related to soil, we have this book called Mud, And Mud is by Mary Lynn Ray. And if you're learning about poetry or automatopoeia, this is a great resource to learn about that. And it talks about how mud is formed. So this is a great story for that. Next is an informational story called Composting, Nature's Recyclers. And this talks about how we can use food and other decaying or dead organic matter to create topsoil. The next 3 books are related to the farm. The first one is called Down on the Farm, and this is by Marilee Kuttner. And this is a great read-along book. As you can see, we learn about animal sounds, and we learn about all the animals that are on the farm, and every time the reader goes down on the farm, then the person listening can respond, down on the farm. Great book. The next one is called Sleep Tight Farm by Eugene Doyle, and this is all about how a family will prepare their farm for the winter. So I really enjoy this one. The December days shorten and darken, we are busy putting the farm to bed. And the last book I will recommend for today is called All Around the Farm. And this is a publication from John Deere. And it talks all about the different practices on the farm, what farmers do, what their schedule looks like. It talks about the different crops that are grown on the farm and how they protect those crops. And it talks about some of the different equipment that is used on the farm. And it also talks about some recipes and how the food makes it from the farm to our plate. I really hope that you enjoyed today's lesson on soil layers. To learn more, go online to agintheclass.org.